Call to order the Board of Commissioners, Town of Redden Shores regular meeting Wednesday, March 23rd, 2016. The time is 7:06. We've already done the pledge, so Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Here.
Commissioner Capper?
Here.
Commissioner Branch?
Here.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Here.
Mayor Adams?
Here.
Attorney Deadhart?
Here.
First order of business, approval of the minutes for regular meeting February the 10th, 2016.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes for the regular meeting January 13th, 2016, workshop meeting January 27th, 2016, as stated.
Second.
Motion and a second. Let me see something. Is that what you were reading?
February 10th. No, I was reading this.
Okay.
I read
That's already been approved. That was approved last meeting, wasn't it not? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Branch?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Next, the ratification of bills for February, March 2016.
Make a motion to ratify the bills as presented for February, March 2016.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Branch?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Commissioner reports. I will begin with welcome to spring break for those of us that live here. It's getting busy, and Gulf Boulevard's getting very busy. And I'm just a reminder to please be careful when you're driving on Gulf Boulevard for the pedestrians. Some of them use crosswalks, some don't. So just please be careful out there. The other thing, we're still moving. I have met again with Steve Tart, who is going to be doing the Gulf Boulevard beautification. They're still in the process of getting permits and getting with all three towns together here with North Redden, Redden Beach, and ourselves. So we're looking at maybe a year before we get started on that, but we'll be started. That's about all I have, I believe. Vice Mayor Holmes.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Seminole Fire and Rescue, the fire department services during the last of March, February. There was one non-emergency fire response for this time period with a response time of 7 minutes and 22 seconds. There were 4 emergency fire responses for the time period with an average response time of 7 minutes. Under emergency medical services, there were 6 non-emergency EMS responses for the time period with an average response time of 5 minutes and 5 seconds. And there were 18 emergency EMS responses for this time period with an average response time of 4 minutes and 13 seconds. I've got a couple of other items that I'm going to cover in my report that are more current events. This past Monday, I had the opportunity to participate in the Meals on Wheels program when they asked for volunteers, particularly during this past week that the local people call Champions Week, March 21 to 25th. This is part of the National March Month that's conducted throughout the whole country during this period for Meals on Wheels. And that they send out invitations to local officials in hopes to get them and others to participate and help with the others understanding the importance of the program, meeting some of the people that we are serving. And if you're as lucky as I was, when you get back to the community center, it's only about an hour and a half or 2 hours of your time, that the people gathered there for their lunch, that get a warm lunch that day, you get an opportunity to speak to them. I was invited to speak to them for a few minutes, and it was very nice to meet them and talk to them for a couple of minutes and just to see how the program worked and how important it is to a lot of the people out there. So if you get a chance, maybe next time that it comes around next year, maybe you get a chance, have an opportunity to do that. On continuing education, last week I attended, or 10 days ago, I attended EMO 3, the Leadership Challenge. It's put on by the Florida League of Cities at their university location in Orlando, which reminds me that they do a lot of their training now in that university building in Orlando. And I'd highly recommend that those of you who have not taken that training yet and see it in your future that maybe you might have use for it, put yourself in a position to do so by completing EMO 1 and EMO 2. You can get credit for EMO 1 if you've been a sitting commissioner for at least 2 years, which I think probably most of everybody here qualify. And then you can, that will qualify you to take the advanced EMO, and then later you can go to EMO 3. But Mary sent out an email recently, I think I received it today, I don't know if it went out yesterday or today, but there was a lot of classes and courses of different, all different levels for different officials, elected officials, as well as staff, for a lot of different subjects that would help, that are helpful to them in the performance of their duties in serving their community. And I would encourage you that if you plan to serve or continue to serve your community as an elected official, you might prepare yourself properly by taking advantage of what is out there for you. There's a lot out there for you, and there really is a lot for you to help you to learn some of the things about the functions that you're expected to perform when you're in the capacity that you're in. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Holmes. Commissioner Capper?
For the month of February, building permits, there was a total of 58 permits, total fees of $21,953.62, plus LDU funds of $5,771.93. This included one new home in the yacht club and several remodels, swimming pools, so on and so forth. And that is all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Kaplan. Commissioner Branch?
I have the police department, and I'd just like to ask our chief, if you don't know the chief, that's him over here. He's the one that keeps the bad guys out. Chief, you have anything you want to say? You were telling me about we're going to have a man here at every meeting?
Either I or an officer will be here for every meeting.
Okay. Okay. And this is kind of strange to put it in the same place, but I also have the sewers. I have no complaints coming in about the sewers or anything. And if anyone lives in an area and there is problems from the sewers, please let the town hall know so we can get on top of it before it gets out of hand. That's all I have. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Branch. Commissioner Henderson?
Well, we just talked about the basketball resurfacing, and in front of you should have two different proposals. One's from Welch Tennis Courts, and the other one is from Florida Courts.
They're stapled together. So if you pick up your Welch package,
It has Florida Courts on the back.
Okay.
Yep. But there's, if you look back like
In the back.
4 pages, you'll see Florida Courts, a different proposal.
Okay.
Okay, the first one is from Welch Tennis Courts for $45.30 to resurface, restripe, repaint, redo the entire half court. We have a half court basketball. And they are, they're a reputable company. Then we also have the same, we're doing an apples to apples here comparison, Florida Courts, who actually already did our tennis courts and did a phenomenal job. And they came in at $4,060, which is significantly cheaper than the Welch courts. So I'd like to make a motion that we go ahead and have the basketball courts done by Florida Courts for the tune of $4,060.
I'll second the motion.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary call the roll.
Excuse me. Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Branch?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes.
Okay, another thing for the parks. At last, I think it was workshop or meeting, we talked about the fact that some of the equipment needed to be replaced, some swings were gone, the chains were all rusted, our little spring riders at Spitzer Park were demolished, kind of things, and nothing's been done. So I got some estimates from two different companies, Miracle, who did our original large playground at Constitution Park. And we also were adding tetherball at both parks. My committee thought that would be a great addition to our park. So tetherball, in addition to replacing the chains on all of the swings, the bucket seats, two different spring riders, a frog rider and a whale rider, the tetherball.
You got excited.
What? Did I get-
Nothing, go ahead.
Oh, all this stuff, and you're distracting me, Mayor. And Miracle came in, and this is an apples to apples comparison again, at $4,766.95. And what you have to do with Miracle is you have to add, they didn't do them together, you have to add the two prices. They did one for Spitzer and one for Constitution, so I just added them together. Cat just came in, Mary came in and passed it down. This is the Cat one. Miracle's already in the binder.
Okay, who do we like? What do we like?
Well,
These are all,
Miracle is, their price is $4,766.95 for the same equipment that Cat has bid us at $3,882.65. And we are actually piggybacking off of Palm Beach government contract to get this price
from Miracle or Corcat?
from Cat. So it's a pretty significant savings, 12% off, not just the equipment, but installation as well for everything.
I'd like to make a motion, we do Corcat for the $38,82.65.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, in discussion? Hearing none, Mary call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Branch?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yes. Any more, Commissioner Henderson?
I think I'm done. I've spent enough for this month.
The wall is not part of it?
The wall is not part of it. There's been some discussion about the stability of the wall, and that it probably needs to just come down rather than to go through the cost of repairing it and putting a mural back up, or, so the Parks Committee is still kind of in discussion about that. But no, yeah, the wall is not part of it. We're just resurfacing the actual half court for the last one.
Thank you both.
There you go. All right, any more discussion?
Hi, Papa.
All right, the next order of business, the oath of office for for Commissioner Capper and Commissioner Henderson,
Elected on those.
elected unopposed.
That was a tough race.
How's Papa doing? Hi, Papa.
How you doing, JT?
You stand there and just facing the camera this way, and we'll try to get on the camera and which way. That's good.
Can you saw everybody?
Okay, if each of you would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and then state your names.
I, Tom Capper,
A citizen of the state of Florida,
citizen of the state of Florida,
and of the United States of America,
and of the United States of America,
and being employed by
and being employed by
Be employed by
or an officer of
or an officer of
the town of Redington Shores,
the town of Redington Shores,
and a recipient of public funds
and a recipient of public funds
as such employee or officer,
as such employee or officer,
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
do hereby solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and of the state of Florida.
and of the state of Florida.
Congratulations to each
Thank
one
you.
of you.
All right, congratulations to Commissioner Capper and Commissioner Henderson.
Thank you, sir.
Good to see you here again another couple of years. Commissioner Henderson has already taken care of item 1 on our,
Oh, sorry about that. Wasn't a part of my commission report. I'm just so excited about it.
that's what I interrupted you about.
Oh, well, hey,
All right.
He said you were on a roll.
I'm good to get that.
And now on to the appointment of, and reappointments of the board. Let's see, we're down to District 2.
Oh, what are you starting with, planning and zoning?
Yeah, planning and zoning,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No.
What's this?
District 2 is Jeff Neal. Have you heard anything from him, Commissioner?
Yes, he said he'd be glad to serve.
All right. Jeanette DeMarco,
That's me.
District 3.
I did speak to her, and she wants to come back, and she's actually our chair.
Right.
So, yeah, she was
Okay.
very happy to serve.
All right, good. And then at large is in District 4, but Vice Mayor Linus.
On your behalf, I spoke to Pat Drummond. He said he'd be very pleased to continue to serve on the planning and zoning board.
And on the alternate, Jim Parker, I haven't spoke to him yet. Have you talked to him, Mayor? Yeah. Okay, we gotta get a hold of him, I guess. I'd like a motion to accept those.
Make a motion, we accept those nominated for the planning and zoning board for their service to be extended for another 2 years.
I
Second.
haven't talked to him.
The motion.
No.
I'm just trying to make sure whether the motion includes Mr. Parker at this time or not, or just the other ones.
No, he wasn't nominated, as far as I know. Does not approve Park.
We,
You can go ahead.
let's go ahead and include him, and, because I'm sure he'll take it. I just haven't talked to him. If he doesn't, then.
We'll amend the motion to include Jim Parker.
Have a motion, do I have a second?
Oh, that was me, second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mayor call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Branch?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Yes.
Mayor Adams?
Yeah. Next is Financial Advisory Committee. District 1.
I make a motion to reappoint Ron Kirst, excuse me.
Do you want to do them all together?
We'll just do them all together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you talked to
Mine's
Ron?
the only one to
Yeah, but you said, he said yes? Okay. And I spoke to Steve Wodovich, and he also agreed to be on the Financial Advisory Committee.
Okay. Chris Henderson? He just accepted. And alternate, Jennifer Crawford.
She's actually not in my district, so I don't know why that
In my
says.
district, and I would be glad to claim her, and she's delighted to continue to
Excellent.
serve.
All right, have a motion for those names.
Make your motion that the names Ron Gurr, Steve Volkovich, Chris Henderson, and Jennifer Lee Crawford who were nominated be appointed to
Second.
serve Financial Advisory Committee.
A second?
Second, yes.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Capper.
Yes.
Commissioner Branch,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes.
Yes.
Mayor Adams.
Yes. Parks and Rec, District 3.
I spoke with Bonnie Oots, and she said she would be happy to come back. I also spoke to Judy LaHaye, who is in my district, and she said she would come back. There's some confusion on the numbers of what these districts are. Did you notice that? Like,
Yeah.
Emily Schrader's not in my district, but I know she'll
Yes,
come
I've
back.
taken
You talked
care of
to-
that.
Okay, good.
But it's not my turn yet.
Okay. And Zelma's you, and then D is, she's not in 4, she's in
Well, she's at large, she's District 2.
2. Okay. So for me, I have Bonnie Oots and Judy LaHaye, and they have both agreed to continue. They love me so much.
And of course, you recognize right away that she was not in my district either.
Just saying.
Okay.
And D,
How about Zoma Perkins?
that's in District 4.
Zomer Perkins in District 4 is being replaced by Mary Schminke, 18304 Gulf Boulevard, Unit 104, Reddington Shores. And I have her phone number here that will be available for Commissioner Henderson. She's not able to be here this evening, but I'm sure she'll make herself available to meet with you anytime that you want to discuss.
I'm sorry, what was her name again?
Mary Schminke, I have it listed.
Oh, okay,
down
perfect,
for
thank you.
here. And I have her phone number as well. She's a registered nurse and is very pleased to serve. She lives at the Shore Mariner, which is a very fine condominium at the north end of town,
In which you reside.
in which she resides, yes. And I guess while I still have the floor, if that's okay, Emily Schrader, the alternate, I contacted her, and she's also very pleased to continue to serve. I believe I'd be pleased to make a motion that those names, Bonnie
hold on.
Oots, Zoma,
We got
Mary
2 more to go.
excuse
right?
me,
District 4,
that's me.
okay.
Oh, we're talking about District 2 at large, D?
At large.
Yeah, D, you're District 2.
Oh, that's not me.
That's District 2.
I'm here. Papa.
That's not District 4.
No.
No, it's
Somebody has it
District 2.
wrong.
Papa.
Excuse me.
John, if you talk to her in your district,
Yeah.
when I ask Commissioner Henderson, do you,
Can I find somebody? I talked to her before. I didn't know I had to talk to her about this,
okay,
but I will.
all right. Do you want to include her in the?
No, not yet,
Okay,
because I really haven't talked to her about it.
okay. All right, I need a motion on the,
Which one?
everyone but District 2, which is shown as District 4.
Yeah, it's.
Okay. Yeah, I'll make a
Dave.
motion that we approve the persons who were nominated, Bonnie Oots, Mary Schminke, Dee Pertano, I'm sorry, not Dee Pertano, take her out, Emily Schrader and Judy LaHaye, that they be appointed to continue their serving on the Parks and Recreation Committee.
Second.
Motion and a second, any discussion? Hearing none, Mary call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson?
Yes.
Commissioner Capper?
Yes.
Commissioner Branch?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes?
Yes.
Mayor Adams.
Yes. Next on is the resolution 02-16 amending the fiscal year 2015-2016 capital improvement.
Resolution number 02-16, a resolution of the Town of Reddington Shores, Florida, amending the 2015-2016 annual fiscal year capital improvement fund budget.
I make a motion that we adopt resolution 0216 and authorize Mayor Adams to sign it.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, Mary, call the roll.
Commissioner Henderson,
Yes.
Commissioner Capper,
Yes.
Commissioner Branch,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Holmes,
Yes.
Mayor Adams.
Yes. Last, proclamation proclaiming April 2016 Donate Life Month. Any public comments?
How about you, JT?
Papa?
Hearing none but JT, we'll listen to him. This meeting is adjourned.